How may I count the ways in which you love me? For I love the way.
Everybody do it! This is Mike Wynn and
I'm Rayne.
And we are hosting the second annual National Orchard Awards. Give it up, y'all! Alright, we have 80 nominees, 20 award winners, some special recognitions, and we got some amazing performers. And performing will be your co-host, Rayne, y'all.
Poetry is not only a gift, but it's also a ministry. And every word that you speak helps somebody. And so this piece that I'm going to do tonight is a result of a poet. Her name is Faylita from Chicago. Who moved me in a way that inspired me to get back at my pen. This piece is called Son of Salvation. Last night, I talked to God in the snow. Yes, it was cold, but my spirit felt bold because you see, I knew I wasn't alone. I asked him to show me his plan for my life, but all I could see was the misery and strife. And I was like, wait a minute, where are the good times? I know they got to be found in between my good rhymes, and God told me to look down, and I saw my reflection, and he said, you, my child, are my greatest perfection. I was like, nah, see, that can't be, because our lives wanted to kill. He said, but when you come to me on your knees, you keep it real. And I'm like, single woman out here feels like I just can't get a man. God smiled at me and said, baby girl, I understand, but this ain't about you. See, this is about what I called you to do. So I said, okay, God, since I got your attention and all, let me ask you a question. Is there any real meaning to me? Because every time I try to show people who I am, they don't like what they see. And God sat down in the snow, and he looked at me with wonder. And he asked me a question. He said, do you remember what they did to your big brother? Because I knew before time came that my son would be slain by the people that I formed, just like I knew Rayne would be born. See, he reminded me that being chosen is not a mistake because he chose me for what is at stake, which is the people he created. Because when he sees us, he sees purpose. And he sent his son to die because he said, worth it. Then God got up and walked over to me and reminded me that it breaks his heart to see me in pain, which is why he promised to put me back together again. It breaks his heart to see me play like a toy, which is why he said every single time I soak in tears, I'll reap in joy. It breaks his heart that not now brother has sense enough to call all this his good thing. But he said, don't worry about that. I'm not only going to send you a husband, but I'm going to send you a soulmate and a king. See, it breaks his heart when he sees our faith depleting, which is why he promised to answer the door every time we knocking and seeking. And see, when I wrote this piece, I had tears in my eyes. Because the pain of a newly broken heart was very much alive, but now I understand that pain is the evidence of living. And even though it hurts, I got to keep on giving. Because see, this right here is my cross to bear. And I'm obligated by the fact that I'm standing here, this poetry to share. See, I don't do this for applause or standing ovation. I do this because this is my calling, my testimony, my flow, salvation. Thank you.
One more time, Rayne. I had to think in retrospect to interact on how I acted when I was 17 with constant dreams and no dream. I had a lady in my limelight, and yeah, boy, she was kind of tight to my delight. She was kind of digging on me. We had much conversations, but never about no family. Reality struck, and like a gun, I got bugged, felt like I was stuck. Even though we both made the decisions to act out individuals, how could I be so introverted when there's 3 lives involved? Me and my lady, now a possible child. I could have made it worth my while by raising my child over the strong black queen with a strong profile. See, I knew I wasn't ready to have no babies. Should have had that revelation when I was only a baby. Just a little boy trying to live out grown fantasies of acting on apologies financially. There was no money to raise seeds, to barely support myself, let alone a family. So I aborted the situation, left her stranded and abandoned with problems city landed with extreme misunderstandings. I had no income, so I chose just to run. Felt like taking a gun, go and one and then some. Sacrificing my life, but then I realized that ain't right because my pain and strife shouldn't affect everybody else's life. So just let me stand and take my judgment, rugged and raw, evaluated by my God's law, my apologies on my actions. Realizing how surprising my departure traumatized you. To your life I added drama by making you a mama. Never once in my dreams did I mean to intervene with your history by making you feel less than a queen. I never meant to hurt you, never thought I would desert you. Thought I was mature enough, but my mental had a curfew. Now I want to rectify the situation that I denied. It's been making me insane and killing me inside. I need a little time to unwind, cleanse my mind, concentrate and start to read between the lines. But hold up, wait a minute, let me finish. See, I'm chilling in my room, slowly blinking, now I'm thinking. See, she told me she was pregnant about a week and a half after the situation erected. Now I'm in the aftermath. Because she had been lying right from the very start. A reliable cousin sat in and told me her part. Man, that sparked a thought. Why would she play with my heart? See, my life I almost lost with a story I'm on. Now I'm angry, frustrated, mad because she did it. I'm sure she would deny it, probably would not admit it. That she created this falsehood for currency. Or maybe animosity towards another but took it out on me. I don't have the answers, only got the questions. Could have prevented this whole thing if I only controlled my erection, but nonetheless, I didn't pass the test. And even if a sister told me a lie, a brother still left my apologies on my actions. Now a decade has passed. I let the past be the past. I'm a new man overcoming all obstacles in my path. And now I realize that a real man ain't judged by what's in his pants or the stance he has. Or I must ask that he can blast. See, that's trash. So don't dash into responsibility. Make sure that your mentality is strapped and you got your sister's back. Because she can't reproduce unless you provide the juice. So don't shoot and not loose because the truth can cost you loot or subjective anguish. That means pain in the brain. If you get somebody pregnant, stick around and learn to maintain that. If she's getting a running game, you can fame off of your name. It's best to get that thing checked in the blood test, don't feed the nest. Because it'll come back to haunt you. What goes around comes back around. Let's call back karma. So take it from me, the IMPAKT, going out to all my sisters. My apologies.
It is a pleasure and a privilege to be here. I promised some of the poets that I would, well, this is the next best thing to reading to them from the phone book, which was actually their request. I speak in the voice of my island home, evoking the heat of the tropical sun and the trade winds that flow through my soul, even when I am far from home. I speak in the cadence of my native land, in the rhythm of calypso rolling off steel pan. I speak in tones of passion to reflect my West Indian soul, rising, dipping, rolling like the paths in the hills where I used to roam. And I speak in terms as colorful as the rainbow, for I see in color, not judged by color. I see those hills impossibly green, trees rooted in the richest brown soil or hard-packed dry clay, or standing straight up on the black rocky cliffs that stand watch over our sea. The breathless wonder of the Caribbean Sea, itself a blend of colors few are blessed to see. Cool, inviting blues or greens or blues, ever shifting, ever changing, smooth like Baron, pounding hard as Marshall, never predictable but predictably West Indian. And I see in red, that is the color of my family. In blood, my blood that makes me part of them and them of me, forever pumping to the tune of a sparrow melody. Not in white and black and brown and yellow. That's an American thing, baby. Through the years, we've been taught as kids at home like to say to yank, as in speak like a Yankee. Wash the color, the cadence from your voice so you can sound like them, be like them, be accepted by them. That is one lesson I refuse to learn. For I speak as the trade winds flow. I speak in the cadence of Kaiso. I speak with the passion of Crujan rum. I speak in the color of the Caribbean sun.
This is for Ray Allen Porter Jr. I want you to move me. Move me into the vibrant colors of the moon. Let me shimmer like she in a reflection of the sun, because I need to be lost in the sense of a woman evolving, her lips pressed against mine. As we cross the thick line of she and I need to be lost in the sense of myself evolving. Transfigure me then into a meteor. Roll the uneven skies of tomorrow, scavenging for hidden messages in the tantric temperatures of the universe, rising, transfigure me into the confessions of a phoenix, floating across the abyss like rippling waters, where God be, where I am, as He is. An easily misinterpreted haiku. We make sense, all wrapped in our original rushing elements. God and Goddess, I'll be my own witness to His order, for my wetness, His inferno, for my condensation, to blazing waves, crashing suddenly into each other as we combined to create the greatest supernova on the brink of a bang. And we bend to the streets, creating amoeba memories calling, and the suits of our souls are boiling hot in the atmosphere. See, I wish you could have been there. Transfigure me into a luminary, so that I can watch over him wherever he may lay, and when he lays no more and I shine no brighter, the memory of our arrangement can still be measured, documented, and renamed by some other lovers. You know, I think we were born beforehand. Maybe some time ago. We lay in the meadows, we the shadows of Stonehenge. Back before it was discovered, we created children in the kinetic cosmic calculator center point. We birthed Adam and Eve, the very center of the earth. We laughed and we sighed and we lay a little. I tell you, I know him. The look he gives me. When we're creating something, anything tells me he knows this. His kiss is familiar, the tender roll of his tongue against the moist taste buds of mine as we hold on to feels for the first time. Each time he holds me, we are always ritually rolling our hips into each other until small orbits form around us to surround our repeated epiphanies. There are urban legends about our beginnings, how we met at the galaxy, dated for a few planet evolutions. The first time that we made love, I came so hard, I came oceans. The steam from our skins translated in the clouds and our moans into mantras and legends are based loosely on the fact that our love was simply monumental. It's just defining. It's all outweighs the entirety of the human heart, and he still looks at my heart like flames to mahogany. I, still a young goddess, have given into that terror known as in love. It is the darkest path traveled, for it holds no boundaries. And it cowers before no man, and it stands alone as the reasons humans bleed to die, and they eat to live, and they breathe somewhere in between love. His kiss was familiar. And we journeyed together through this forest of a life. My husband, his wife, souls are some of the lifetime, some of the lifeline linked. Transform me then into his heartbeat. Come on.
Every time my penis enters a womb, either a baby or drama will be birthed or coming soon. My sixth sense senses impending doom whenever I get an erection. I can't have dreams of intimate injections without my thoughts and experiences first holding an election, and my poor penis is a Democrat. So a win is rarely automatic. But I found out the real issue. All the push-ups and curls in the world can't make my spirit strong enough to hold you.
Even though it's been proven you got that flavor that heals my cuts and where I'm bruised. Your spiritual nutrition renews my inner parts that have been targeted. Shopping at your natural market completes me. In between your legs should be called Make Me Whole Foods. But this wedge, this hedge has been planted in between us being the idiot box. We've been taught through images that we watch to leave our priceless queens with these dimes in the bank. But the grass is always the most green right over a septic tank. But if you scratch just below the epidermis, that crappy purpose will begin to surface as they surgically remove our patience. Now we're racing. You can tell. It's one time we be chasing after these fast girls emotionally on E. She's always going to be cool with my boys and me as long as she's bothered with these apple cobs until there's none left. Not realizing the reason she's slobbing on all these knobs is because she's in search of the doorway back to herself.
Whoa! Speak it! Speak
But
it!
we never ask why so promiscuous. Hey, Miss Man, why you so goddamn mannish? That makes it much easier for men like you to take advantage. But calling us men is a contradiction, to say the least. It's like calling someone a vegetarian who only eats beef. We used to march and have sit-ins, but now we stand for nothing as if we ain't got no feet. But these prison muscles should be enough to get you curious. But these skin and bones, there are skin and bones in my heart stable. So I had to pull up a chair to the grown folks' table and begin eating up of a grown man's plate. And since all food is information, my meal's conversation suggested I attend university and receive my master's in reading looks on your face. Now I see, like a child on punishment, you off your game console. A queen in the commonest seat. Girl, you off your God throne. That's why I'm logging out of my Facebook and I'm shutting down my cell phone. You have my full attention. See, I need you to be right at the doorway to this dimension. So I will oil your hinges so you swing open freely, allowing more angels to shine. I'll even throw 13 on your analog clock if you need a little more time because my alphabet is incomplete without you. I just realized today that we can't get to our dreams if I'm asleep and you're wide awake.
Come on, Black Stevie.
We can't intoxicate our surroundings if you're too distracted to stomp these brakes. And what good is having bases loaded if there is no access to home plate? And there is no access to a proper home without you on this team of mine. True love has never been hard to find unless you're looking with the wrong eyes. And I'll admit that I was blind before, but now through her I can see light. She allowed me to drill in her holy ocean. Now she's calling me BP because my oil is all over her sea light. My future, it be bright. I see my moon. I already have my sun. I had a voice but no one understood. She makes my words clear. She must be my tongue. I swear to y'all, she must be my wrong lung. Because every time she leaves, my breath gets short. Disconnect her from my spirit and my soul dies. She is my heart's life support and she will be my wife, of course, when I meet her. Currently, she lives in my dream world, nameless, so I call her Big Jen Hudson because she is my dream girl. Dream girl.
Make music with your mouth, please. Come and make music. Mouth music with me. Let me fulfill your every desire and need. Allow me to make mouth music, please. You giving me, or I'm giving you, the satisfaction of enjoying, exploring the sounds and rhythms of each other's song, giving mutual gentle kisses are quite wonderful. It turns me on.
Yes, thank you.
Let's enjoy taking turns so our ultimate orgasm will be much better. Listening to us breathing heavier. Our bodies engaging unto ultimately masturbating on their own measures. Let's continue on with our song. You begin by allowing those soft, full lips to touch those which are fat beyond my pelvic bone. And hum until I crescendo. Usually I don't mind initiating, but since you started, play that funky music for me, homeboy. Place your lips upon my warm, wet essence. Allow the tip of your tongue to taste the sweetness within and begin to consume me, explore me. Find my delicate pink pearl and trumpet me. Wow. Grab on, hold me firmly, for the intensity from my big finale can be quite A-M-A-Z-I-N-G. So
so amazing for you. She likes to play peekaboo, a little sweet taboo. And just for the excitement, grab a reed and place it firmly against her and proceed to practice your scales persistently within my bar lines and saxophone me. Off any clef you feel the need to. I'm with you, boo. Take me there and feel me forte. Now it's my turn. I want to taste you repetitiously. I want to take you within my mouth and swallow like a whole milk and take you really deeply. Play hard with my tonsils against your head, vibrating each chord and every note with my throat against your shaft until you accidentally chord a stroke meant to a half choke right before your final solo. Held in my mouth until our notes miraculously combined with warmth similar to honey and cinnamon spices around the air at a fall concert in mid-October. You can't help but to enjoy the relaxation of this rumble. Now lay back now. I need to finish my solo Monday on your trombone. You feel in the crowd within my hands as I slide to each note while softly guzzling upon your mouthpiece. Now that feels quite nice, right? Are you still with me, boo? I want to take you there. Let me hear you crescendo again. Make music with your mouth, please. Come and make music. Mouth music with me. Let me fulfill your every desire and need. Let me explore your mind and become your wildest fantasy. Allow me to make mouth music. Mouth music, please. Please make music with me.
It's going down here. So if you ain't from around here, you better not ever come around here. You can be lost and never found here. They don't like cats from out of town here. There ain't no busters, ain't no clowns here. It ain't as easy as it sounds here. We got the baddest pound for pound here. I'm talking about them streets, them ghetto streets, I'm talking about them streets, them ghetto streets, I heard a young boy say, he got a pocket full of rocks and stones. If he don't turn them into paper, he cannot go home. Cemetery down the block got plots of bones of kids 12 years old trying to act full grown, and what's worse is they don't ever act alone. Got a whole goon squad ready to crack some bones in the path they own, never lead them back to home. They in the non-stop action, danger zone, lost in darkness and can't see the light is on. Dark and heartless and can't see they right from wrong, so it's nothing to run up in a stranger's home and let loose a shot, rearrange a dome, cause these boys got toys, but they made with chrome. And no redemption, cause they singing damnation songs like, it's going down here. So if you ain't from around here, you better not ever come around here. You can be lost and never found here. They don't like cats from out of town here. Ain't no busters, ain't no clowns here. It ain't as easy as it sounds here. We got the baddest pound for pound here. I'm talking about them streets, them ghetto streets, I'm talking about them streets, them ghetto streets.
God created hands for building things. Sometimes before you build something, you must first destroy something else. Wildfires are never meant to be put out. Their sole purpose is to burn the entire forest to the ground, transform living things to fertilizer, make space, and prepare the soil for new growth. It is almost paradoxical that there must be death before birth. My hands have stared the Grim Reaper down. One held the machete, the other the armadillo's tail. No, I'm not some kind of serial killer. This This was 1999, Santa Cruz, Bolivia. It was 3 in the morning, and we were on a hunt that to this day, I still don't understand. Coca leaves were on my mouth, teenage adrenaline pumping through my body. I should have asked Port K. I didn't. We ate armadillo that night. Its meat tasted of fresh death in the mouth of the killer. I still have its tail. I will never again eat armadillo. My adopted sister told me I'm the best brother she could have asked for. She said she will always love me. This was after I burned every bridge that traversed the gaps between us, stared at her from miles away, told her that she will never be my sister, that our bloodlines will never match, our gene pools are just strangers that made the same wrong turn. I spent so much time trying to find my way back, but I never realized I was home. In being lost, I found something comfortable, without expectations. I only bought the plane ticket home because I heard something familiar in her voice. She sounded like family. I have the scarred and wrinkled hands of a senior citizen. I'm only 28 years old. I once got my palms read. The gypsy woman told me that my lifeline was short. That was 10 years ago. What do gypsies know anyway? I have defied the odds my entire life, been broke down and built back up too many times to count. My fingernails drew raw to the cuticle out of anxiety. I enjoy the taste of my own pain. Sometimes I use my own hands to destroy myself just to see who my real friends are. Who will be there to build me back up when I can't do it alone?
Come on now.
My hands never learned how to cook. So when I'm alone, I tend to be hungry. Not just for food, though. I starve for someone to talk to connect with in a way that I never could with her. I need to know what it tastes like to completely give myself to someone. My biggest fear is being abandoned. But when I look into your eyes, I am not afraid. I need to cook you up a feast to myself and feed it to you every day for the rest of our lives. Please tell me what I really taste like. Be honest. After my grandfather died, my grandmother moved in with my parents. Every time I speak to her, she asks me, David, when are you coming home? I've never called that place home, so I don't know how to respond to her. I tell her that I am writing a lot. She tells me she puts her hands together for me every night, prays that I will get the job I want. I guess some prayers do get answered. Sometimes 2 hands in the right position, matching with the conversation with God, can change things. I even accidentally call that place home sometimes. My dream is that my hands evolve into wolves, become part of a pack, work together with other hands to make a difference. Some days they will be the alpha male full of confidence at the head of the pack. Other days, I need someone to show me the right way to go. If I've learned anything, I am not always right. I cannot always be in control of everything. The only thing I've ever really wanted is to know that my hands were truly part of something.
I think of you when the lights are low. That's when time starts to slow and the moon gives a glow and your arms unfold just like the clouds do before the sun walks out on the horizon's door. You're more beautiful than a star-spangled banner flying in the hands of a 10-year-old naive African-American boy. You're more beautiful than raindrops crashing against the window shield of a hope be blazing its way to the emergency room because there's a blessing in the womb, destined to be the best of us soon. You're more beautiful than flight caused by 10,110 red balloons, and I feel like you complete me. Kind of like the beginning of memory. You're the missing link. I was handcuffed to hate, but fate chose she to pick my lock, so I went bald to free my thoughts. Now I can't stop thinking of you. You are my fairy tale written, goosebumps, limited edition, hologram cover style. If I read any further into you, I might be able to pick where the story goes. And even though you feel like God knows this road in which we travel on, I off our GPS. Old heads told me that the day starts in the west. And you like Jill Scott, and both of you like taking long walks in a place where you can live every day like it's golden, so I know where to find you, sitting on the sun. I'll just wait. For you. I'll just wait until all the stars fade to black like they had a Jay-Z concert. I'll wait till my long hand and your short hand choose to hold hands for the 12th time. I'll just wait. For you. The epitome of my morning song. Good morning. I give God the glory. He gave me you. You're not from here. I'm not ready for heaven. Call this our foreign exchange. So good morning. Good morning to my limited edition, one size fits me, cocoa-colored skin on cold winter nights. Good morning. To waking up to your head laying on my chest so I know where my heart lies. Good morning. To waking up in your sight so I'm good in your Father's eyes. Good morning to you. Good morning to me. Good morning to us who keeps the universe spinning on its axis. We kiss and moons collide. We hug and stars collapse. We make love and the universe breathes new. So if I say goodnight to you, allow us to go out in a big bang. just so long as you promise to stay for the view in the morning. Thank you.
Misleading myths of South African villages, where the children are torn, tattered, and pillaged from a widespread belief that a virgin will cure disease and prevent future occurrences. Folklore spreading faster than AIDS and HIV, yet 21,000 princesses have lost their innocence in this increasing pandemic goes unspoken. There's no precedence on the World Wide Web. So when I turned 16, my mother decided I was worth more if I was sold. I was the eldest of 6. My father dead, his body consumed by a disease untreated in my village, so here I am. Being handed over to a man twice my age with lust and prevention in his eyes, I cried as he lay on top of me. The pain, the penetration, the sex, the degradation of my holy temple, of my people. But yet though a white-faced individual still erecting steeples and still my story goes untold, my anguish is forgotten. So 1/2 year later, the man who acquired me died mysteriously. His eyes were sunken in. His skin dried out, his breath smelling of death. A cruel replication of my father. Guess what? I'm next. My body is rocking with pain. My mind reminiscent the day of exchange, money for food and fees for school so the younger ones can have a chance to survive. But now I'm a dead girl walking, talking, trying to survive, but my account isn't the worst one. You see, there was a girl 9 from Cape Town, both her parents dead from an ailment whose name could be heard roving in the wind. Her brother decided she had the magical forces to cleanse his demon from within, so every night he would go to her. He would stroke her hair, he would kiss her belly button, he would pull down her underwear and act like she was nameless to him. You see, the word around the schoolyard was if you sleep with a virgin, you never bear an incurable disease. So why is her brother dead now and the outlook on her future is so good? Someone told me, why is she back? You see, she just turned 10 and now she really doesn't understand the way of the world or what's really happening. The doctors, they shake their heads because she can't afford the meds to help with the called HIV. So now she's another dead girl walking, talking, trying to survive these foolish myths of South African villages, doing their best to survive, but her account isn't the worst one. You see, the images I'll never escape. Distorted is my perception of my reality. An infant girl dying from her experience, 14 days old. Our cousin was left alone in a home, and then there was finger screams and howls like banshees as he tries to remove himself from her lifeless body, but he was stuck. The more he pulled, the more he realized how much he messed up molesting that infant. You see, his penis was covered with guts and bowels and blood as her lifeless body released in. You see, 20% of the men in Cape Town, South Africa believe that sex is sex even with children under 10. So you understand why we have dead girls walking, talking, dying to stay alive. We're doing our best to survive these foolish myths of South African villages on the verge of not being alive. Woo!
This mood, this night, today, just right. My words flow soft, fluidic like golf. My game so nice, foreplay to entice. Her touch so smooth, her body when it moves. I caress her life, her mind intertwined between my shine, her soul.